My name is Fernando Escobar with FabTV, and I'm doing a Zoom with Hallie Todd. How are you?
Hi, Fernando. I'm fine. How are you today?
Great. You wrote, produced, and acted in this film. How is this different than all the other things that you did? And your husband directing it. So how did all these components make it harder or easier?
Well, it's an intense process. We all three of us, my husband and myself and our daughter, work together, and it's very exciting and it's very fulfilling. It's challenging because we all are very passionate and want our ideas heard, and sometimes we have trouble not interrupting each other, but we have the best time. And as intense as difficult as it is, it's just, I don't know, it's like this incredible thing to be able to share together as a family. And then especially now that we have a finished product, it's very exciting.
You know, I'm a sports guy. I've watched a lot of films about sports, from, you name it, from all the football movies, everything, but no movie that I know of touches about when you're a failure and you got to come back to your small town. And sometimes, by the way, in soccer, you're killed because you disgraced the town and you're the prisoner of your mistakes and they won't forgive you. You can't even get a loan, right? I mean, so what made you write about this topic, about this redemption and living with your failures and everything that happened in this film?
I think as a team, we wanted to write something that was uplifting. And my husband had been a wrestler in high school. That was his sport. He was really passionate about it. So he had never felt like nothing against the big wrestling movies that people know about, but he had never felt like wrestling had really been shown the way he wanted to show it. So we thought, well, if we were going to do something hopeful, and an inspirational sports drama would be an interesting project to take on. And of course, it had to be wrestling because he was a wrestler. So I think we just wanted to make something that was uplifting and also something that maybe people could recognize themselves in the character that's struggling. And if people were struggling, then that might inspire them. I really am a fan of transformation stories. So, and this is a big transformation story. And I think there's something miraculous about someone who can turn their life around. And we just wanted to explore that. And wrestling was our sport that we used.
How come small towns, I'm going to say small towns because if you're from a big city, you can hide in your big city. When you come back to a small town, people will look at you funny, or, you let us down. Why do little towns do this?
Yeah, it takes on a whole nother level of shame and humiliation when there's everybody knows your story. And I think that it just made it more challenging to place it in a small town. And also we wanted it to have an American every town feel and an every man feel. And rural America is just so beautiful. And Eastern Washington State, Garfield, the town we shot in, is just so picturesque. And that whole part of the country just, they get really into their sports. I was raised in Los Angeles and I wasn't tuned in to sports growing up. So the Lakers could be in the playoffs, or UCLA Bruins and the USC Trojans could be in the, final championship. And I wouldn't even know it because I wasn't clued in. But when you're in a smaller community, it's like the team colors and the enthusiasm is just crazy, massive, huge. And so we thought that would be the best place to place this guy's fall from grace, to be in a small town.
I love the title. Why did you choose The Last Champion?
My husband came up with the title, and I don't know if I want to give it away.
Oh.
I don't know if hold on. Is it okay to say why it's called The Last Champion? Well, I guess I can, because John Wright, our central character, was the last champion of his community.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, they haven't had a champion since he was champion.
So did you and Glenn and Ivy, did you guys have any in choosing the cast, like Cole? Did you guys pick Cole?
Oh, Cole. When Cole came in to meet with Glenn, it was it was a done deal when he walked in the door. We took a lot of time to cast this film, and part of it was because we didn't necessarily know who was going to play John Wright. And so casting the younger student characters, we wanted to make sure that age-wise we balanced it out with who was playing John, and that we didn't go too old with Michael Miller or, too young. And, we had to balance this out. So everything was kind of, we were seeing all these people for all these parts. And then finally, when Cole came in, it was like, there's nobody else that we need to even consider. And then everything kind of fell into place.
Actually, I spoke to Cole earlier, and I asked him if he ever coached, ever wrestled, ever did any of this stuff, like ever lost like that, anything. And he was like, nope. And I'm like, that shows his true acting, because he acted like a real coach, or he was really coached hard before.
He's a phenomenal actor. That's all I have to say. He's so wonderful. And he just makes this movie. He makes it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And awesome talking to you. And say hi to Glenn and Ivy for me.
I will. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.